All right, let's talk about the potential of some of the rivers in Brazil, particularly southern Brazil, for navigation, and a potential link between Sao Paulo and the port city of Santos, which are remarkably close by waterways, only a couple of kilometers, but height difference of over 700 meters. So if we start down at the south of the map here, we've got the Uruguay River. Now you go up the Uruguay River, you've got a massive dam here that has locks, but they're not connected. So from there you can go upstream, 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 and then here Brazil have three massive dams that would be very suitable for ship lifts. And then you could access this whole agricultural area of southern Brazil from that. Now, this other river that goes up through the middle of Argentina, Paraguay, is navigable all the way up to Bolivia. And Bolivia actually has ports on this river. And I've seen videos where massive industrial barges have taken massive pieces of equipment up this river. And that continues to be navigable up until there. All right, so then we have this river, which I believe is called the Parana. So we go all the way in. We have one obstacle here, which is the Itaipu Dam. Now that is a massive dam. It was originally designed with a provision for locks, but those locks were not ultimately built. Then we go up, we've got quite a lot of navigable river from here up. And it continues, and then we have a dam here that's not navigable, but this dam here is, and they've constructed a canal in between, so you can actually get around that dam. Now this river here is the most interesting. All of these dams are navigable, and you can get quite close to Sao Paulo with navigation through these locks. Now, some of the pictures you can see from Google Earth, they don't look like they're used a particular lot. But then there's also opportunities as you go upstream. Now, some of these dams have a pondage that's hundreds of kilometres long, but they're just not crossable. There's no locks or ship lifts on them. Now, the really exciting part for Brazil is not with all their rivers flowing down through other countries to get out to the ocean. It's the fact that they could, at Sao Paulo, they could have their own ocean link. Okay, let's have a look at this potential link between Sao Paulo, the biggest city in South America, and Santos, one of the busiest ports in South America. So we would enter the Santos port. Plenty of water there. And now we could start heading up this hill with a number of... Now the difference between the two watersheds here is only 2.5 kilometres. So we've got there's actually an easement here for some reason. Perhaps they've had this idea before. So you could come up here pretty close to sea level all the way, and then you've just got to get up this escarpment. Now this escarpment is 725 metres tall. Now that could be a series of ship lifts, or perhaps a tunnel with a massive ship lift. Now you could lift ships, the Chinese are lifting ships up to 500 tonne to incredible heights. So if they can do it, let them show the example to the rest of the world. Now you can't really see it that well on here, but this is a dam. And this is a canal that links that dam to another dam. And this dam spreads and provides probably the southern boundary of the suburbs of Sao Paulo. So once you're in this dam, you'd be able to access a lot of areas in the southern suburbs of Sao Paulo. But we're not just there to link Sao Paulo, we have rivers. And this river goes all the way through town, and at certain positions it even has locks. And I imagine they're just to move construction barges around the city. But when we get down here, let's see there's a a dam here, and pretty much it's not navigable from there on. But it is only a matter of 150 kilometers before we get to this dam here, which is navigable. So with a series of extra dams to lift the ships up that extra bit, sail through town. Somewhere here we have a few ship lifts to traverse this 700 metre escarpment, and then we're in the ocean. Now 500 ton barges could move a large number of containers or a large number of bulk agricultural or even mineral products. So it's a massive opportunity for Brazil, one that they could take if they could get their house in order. Okay, so let's have a bit of a zoom in on some of these rivers. This is the Uruguay River. So obviously it's eminently navigable. Right up here, we go quite a way up till we get to this dam. Now this is the first obstacle on this river, this massive dam, but we can see that the lock chamber has been built, connecting canal hasn't been built. Australia today has been plagued with very slow internet thanks to a certain government that insisted on saving money with fibre to the node when we had a system that was in need of replacement anyway. Okay, so we're up the Uruguay River, we're into Brazil now, and we see that we've got these dams. Now this particular dam, about 100 metres tall, could easily just go through here, have a ship lift. Now the type of the three dams on this river are all remarkably similar. They're all on corners like that, and they would all be very suitable for a ship lift. They are all about 100 metres tall. And here's the final one. So if we were able to traverse those three, we would be right up into the state of Santa Catarina. And as you can see from this map, this is really the agricultural heartland of Brazil. Now, if we were to go up the Parana River, so we're in Argentina now, we're up the river, we come to the first dam. Now that has locks. Wait 10 minutes for this photo to download. So quite big locks, navigation channel, it's all in place. So we can get up past here. Notice the navigation infrastructure. You're not seeing ports or anything built. I suppose if there's certain obstacles that are insurmountable, port infrastructure will come later. So we're still heading upstream. And that's quite another big river that goes off to the side, but that is a waterfall. There is the obstacle. Now this is the Itaipu Dam. Okay, so here we are at the biggest obstacle in the whole scheme, which is the Itaipu Dam. It's 100 metres tall. It is probably one of the two biggest hydroelectric dams on Earth, but there's around 100 metres that you've got to traverse, and this bit of river downstream is a bit of a fast-flowing rapid, so there'd be some major construction needed there to make that navigable. Then we can head upstream till we come to our next massive dam. And as we can see, well, when it downloads, we have locks on that dam. We don't have any on this side dam. Even this side river is navigable for a long way, should the dam be traversable. Now here we come to another one. This is the second dam upstream of the Itaipu. This one also has locks. Now, we have two dams here. This one not navigable, this one navigable. But they have dug a canal. So you can move from this lake into that lake. Now, this lake is a massively long lake. It's 100 kilometres in that direction and even more in that direction. nearly 150 kilometres in that direction. That dam there is not navigable, and neither is that one. But should those two be navigable, that's hundreds of extra kilometres of navigation. Now, this is the Tiete River. This is the one that is of interest because it flows all the way to Sao Paulo. Now, that dam's navigable. Next one's navigable. This one's navigable. Now, that's the last navigable one. So, there's the city of Tiete. Looks like you could get a boat up there. But from Tiete, what have we got? We're quite close to Sao Paulo. They're 113 kilometres. So there's a lot of opportunity in Brazil to link all of these rivers and dams to make a massively productive navigation system for moving bulk cargo.